Watch this right here. I'm in a trade. I'm up a little, feeling pretty good about myself, and see that line right there? That's my stop. That's where I told myself I'd get out if I was wrong. Now watch what happens. Stock turns on me, comes down, hits that line, and right there, the moment the whole game is won or lost. Because I've got two choices. Take that small loss like I planned, or move that line lower and tell myself and hope and pray that it'll bounce. Watch which one most traders pick. They move that stop, and look at where this stock is now. Every single time they move lower, 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 and then eventually cancel it. That's how a $50 loss turns into a $500 loss or a $5,000 loss. That one decision on that chart is the number one reason traders blow up their accounts. It's not their strategy, it's this. So let me walk you through that again a little slower, guys. Here's the trade plan today. Today is August 19th, but this applies to any day. We had ZNB setting up in the morning, solid morning fader with an entry at 276, risk zone at 255, and then a target in the mid threes. So let's go over those levels. Beauty of this trade, it did not even hit the entry until this afternoon. So notice, and actually let me drop lines to represent all of these. Let me get the entry, 276. Let me get the stop. Notice these are based off of key levels. And then let me put in the profit target. So obviously we've got our bands the way we want them for risk to reward. We've got a tight band for the stop and a wider band for the profit target. Now this is a really important lesson because you'll notice this trade was instantly in the money, 276 to 326. Listen, some people took profits. Never a bad idea, but I want to talk about the other side of this, moving stop losses. Because you can see this stock immediately after spiking up into the 326s, fell back, hit that stop, and here's where the difference is made. I took it off, cut it, moved on. Didn't work, lived to fight another day. You know what most people did? They're still in it, and it dropped into the 170s, okay? It's so important to either take quick profits or take quick losses because they can get ugly real fast, okay? Now, here's the thing nobody tells you when you start. Usually, it's not one giant loss that kills your account. It's a slow bleed. It's the trade you wouldn't cut, then the next day, ZNB probably gets ugly tomorrow, then the next day probably gets uglier, and little by little, you watch that your account line, days, weeks, sometimes months of gains gone. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's not just the money. It's the damage up here in your head. Every loss you let run a little too long chips away at your confidence. And pretty soon, you're not even trading your plan anymore. You're just reacting, panic buying, panic selling. It's all scared money. So let me tell you what your actual job is as a new trader. It's not to make money. Spoiler, not yet. Your job is to survive. Some of you heard me say this a lot. You can't learn trading if you're broke. Okay, you got to stay in the game. Even if you're on life support, at least you're alive, okay? You just can't do it if you're broke. And cutting losses quickly is the thing that keeps you in the game, keeps you on life support long enough to learn how these stocks actually move, and gives you time to recover, get back in healthy, and then you're running marathons. Look, even the greats have blown up early. One of the best small cap traders out there today nearly lost his entire first account when he was starting out. The difference is he lived to trade again. You can't let one loss take you out of this forever. Protect your account and you protect your shot. Now here's the whole game in one sentence. Ready? Keep your losses smaller than your wins, okay? That's it. That's trading. You don't have to be right all the time. I'm serious. You can actually be wrong more than you're right and still grow your account slowly, okay? But grow your account slowly and make good money as long as your winners are bigger than your losers. Look at it on this chart again. You can see how I mapped this trade out. Now, this one didn't work, okay? That's the point of this. But had it worked, look at the difference in the risk to reward. Had it worked and she came close, would have been a nice fat profit. It didn't work, cut it, but cut it small, okay? The up and to the right is what you want your account to do like, okay? And the only way your account goes up and to the right and instead of down every day is you keep those red trades small and the green trades get room to run. Small losses, bigger wins, that's the whole formula. And hey, by the way, guys, if this is clicking with you and you want to know how to make trade plans like these. If you're struggling with entries and exits and trade plans, okay? That's why I'm here, okay? So if it's clicking for you, hit that subscribe button. This is exactly what we do here every day. Now, how do you keep those losses small? You decide where you're getting out before you ever get in. 9:36 a.m. This is huge. Before I click buy, I already know right there at that level. That's where I'm wrong. If the stock hits that, I'm out. No excuses, no compromises, no thinking, no hoping. The decision is already made. Because here's what happens if you don't do it. You get in with no plan, stock drops, and now you're trying to make a calm, rational decision while you're losing more and more money, your heart's pounding, your adrenaline's through the roof. Nobody makes good decisions like that. Nobody. You set the exit when you're calm so you don't have to go looking for one when you're panicking. Now let me show you what that looks like. Say I'm buying this breakout, okay? Right here, 276. That line was mapped out from pre-market as well as intraday resistance. That gave me an entry right at that resistance break. So if the stock closes above that, my whole reason for being in the trade is intact. If it falls to the lower level, it's not a trade. So all through the day wasn't a trade. My thesis was sound. The trade wasn't initiated. But I also knew where I was going to be wrong. I know both every single time. And this brings me back to the most expensive sentence in all of trading. 3 words, it'll come back. Listen, guys, I cut ZNB. It probably ain't coming back, okay? You can watch trades like this. You can see traders down a little. You can see where you should have cut it, where the right decision was, but then they're down here at 170 or at 2, holding and hoping it'll come bounce. Drop me a comment. Have you done that? Entered with no stop loss or broke a stop loss. Now it's way lower and you're praying, okay? So you hold and hold and hope. That's bag holding and it's an account killer. And here's the real trap. Sometimes it does come back and that teaches you the worst lesson. Like it's actually bad. Some of you might be, I got back to break even. I made money. No, it's actually the worst thing that can happen because then it encourages you to do it again. You broke your rules. You made the mistakes and you got rewarded for it. Think about how dangerous that is, as a precedent. Now you're just going to do it again, probably bigger. And eventually you're in a huge position size, half your account or something. And that's the one that doesn't come back. So if this is the stuff you need to hear, subscribe and hit that bell. I'll keep it coming. Now, I want to be honest with you about something. Cutting losses never feels good. It stings, okay? Even after all this year, click and sell and locking in a red trade still stings. This one stung. And that's exactly why most people won't do it. They wait for it to feel good. They avoid the pain, and then they make the bad decision. So you can't treat this like feeling or vibes, as the kids say. You treat it like a skill, like a pro, like a fire drill. You practice it over and over again until the second the stock hits your line, your hand just does it, before your brain has time to start negotiating with you. The traders who last aren't the ones who feel like cutting losses. They're the ones who do it anyway. And here's the mindset flip that changes everything. When you cut a loss clean right at your line, like I did with ZNB, you didn't lose. I mean it. Watch. You got right out here, right at that key breakdown level. You dodged that whole mess after that. You protected your account, and you get to show up and trade again tomorrow. That's a win. That's a good trade, even though, some people will say it was a red trade. That's a lesson, okay? Start seeing it this way, and then once it stops being painful, a small clean loss isn't a failure. It's the price of admission, the cost of tuition. And it's cheap if you cut them quick. So let's bring this home. The entry gets all the glory. Everyone wants to talk about the perfect buy. But the exit is what keeps the lights on. Nobody ever posts a screenshot like this of cutting a small loser, okay? What I'm telling you, that boring little trade is the reason I'm still around and should be the reason you're still around. So get 1% better today. Cut one loss clean. The way you plan, that's the rep. Now, knowing where to get out is only half the battle. The other half is knowing how much to have on the line in the first place, because size is what decides whether that loss is a paper cut or a real wound. That's my position sizing video, and it's right here. I'll see you in the next one.